Slope and y-intercept. Plot the following equations using the given point and the slope. First, we're going to plot the point. Then we're going to identify the rise and run of the slope. And starting at that plotted point, we're going to use the rise and run to find a second point and then a third. And then we're going to connect the points with a line. So number one, we have the slope of -2 and a point of 0, 3. So let's identify our rise over run, or our slope. So the rise over run is -2 over 1. So we're going to start at the point 0, 3. So 0, 3 is here. And then we're going to rise and run. It's -2 over 1. So we're really going to start here and go down 2 and to the right 1. I'm going to go down 2 and to the right 1. So we've drawn this line with just the slope, knowing the slope and a point. Number 2, we have a slope of 1/2 and the point 0, 1. So that's easy. Our rise and run. Our rise is 1 and our run is 2. We're going to start at the point 0, 1. And then we're going to have a slope of 1, 2. So we're going to rise 1, run 2. Rise 1, run 2. And again, we've been able to graph this line just knowing the slope and a point on the line. So here are the graphs that we just made. From the graphs, what do the two starting points have in common? Well, here, as you recall, we first started at 0, 3, and the other one we started at 0, 1. What the starting points have in common is that they both are on the x-axis. The y-axis, they are the y-intercept. The y-intercept of the line. Which linear equation, y equals 1/2 x plus 1, and y equals -2x plus 3, goes with which graph? Well, first if we look at 1/2 x, that's a positive slope. This has a negative slope. This has a positive slope. So we would know that this one, since the slope is positive, and this one, since the slope is negative. We'll also see here that this has a +1, and that's where it's touching the y-axis. Here it has a +3. That's where this one's touching that y-axis. The y-intercept. The y-intercept is the point where a line crosses the y-axis. The x-coordinate is always 0. So we're going to be using the slope and the y-intercept to write equations and to graph lines. Graphing in slope-intercept form. This is called slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. M is the slope. And b is the y-intercept. X and y represent values for all of the solutions of the linear equation. Y equals mx plus b, slope-intercept form. So here we have some equations written in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. So we're going to identify the m, or the slope, and the b, which is the y-intercept. So we're thinking of y equals mx plus b. So the number in front of the x is the slope. So we have a slope of 4 on the first one and a y-intercept of a positive 2. Now look at example 3. We have 1/4 of the x, so 1/4 is our slope. But our y-intercept has a -3, so we're going to put -3, not +3 there, because the sign in front goes with the number. So go ahead and do the rest. Here are the answers. And if we looked at number 4, we just said -10x. It didn't have a y-intercept. So we could say y equals mx plus b or plus 0. So our y-intercept is 0. And in number 5, y equals 6. It didn't have an x. It had no slope. We could rewrite this equation as y equals 0x plus 6. So our slope is 0 and our y-intercept is 6. Number 6, y equals 2x minus 3. So let's identify m, or our slope. Our slope here is 2, and our y-intercept is a -3. Well, since we know the slope, we know we have a rise of 2 and a run of 1. And the y-intercept is the point 0, -3. We can just say the y-intercept is going to touch that y-axis. So 0, -3, and then we have a slope of 2. We're going to rise 2, run 1. Rise 2, run 1. And we'll draw a line. So you go ahead and try number 7. So number 7, y equals -x plus 4. So -x is really -1x. So our slope is -1. So our slope is -1 and our y-intercept is a positive 4. Our rise over run is a -1 over 1, or 1 over -1. So let's start at our y-intercept, or where it's touching the y-axis, is at positive 4. And then we're going to go down 1 and we're going to go down 1 and to the right. Down 1 and to the right. And we'll draw our line.